Checking. Checking. Alright. Hello everyone, this is Hammer. Back with the Ja'ula story arc finale. Well, we're gonna finish this. Let's get started. Drop that one. Let me skip. I'll get the missions I need. I'm gonna use my discovery character. Come on. Says let me. Ugh. Hope everyone had a good Thursday. Just waiting for that one to let me skip whenever it gets around to it. Okay, finally. Alright. Let's begin to measure our morality, part 1.
The long-range sensor arrays in the Trela system went offline recently. Last thing they picked up before that happened was a Borg scout ship. I'm heading to Trellis now to investigate. If this is the beginning of a new Borg incursion, I could use some backup. Meet me there as soon as you can. Until next time.
Trailer system over here. Alright.
Thanks for coming. Been a while. You look well. Considering what I hear about your exploits, that's an impressive feat. Back to business. Spotting a Borg scout here made a lot of people nervous, and with good reason. So, some old friends called in a favor, and here I am. I came here looking for Borg, but the real problem turned out to be sabotage. Orion smugglers fouled up the long-range array, but they left the short-range sensors intact. I have plenty of evidence from the sensor logs to turn over to Alliance officials. Still a concern. If they're sizing up this quadrant as an incursion zone, we need to know about it. I have a few ideas on upgrading the sensor arrays, making them harder to disable and better at spotting Borg. Beam me over. With your assistance, I can complete the modifications quickly. Good. Now that we have a working array, our next step will be initiating the new security protocols. Reading a massive energy surge. We're being scanned. Something's
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Oh, what the heck just happened?
Oh, that was unpleasant. Still, there are no damage reports, no casualties. Scanning. This is unexpected. According to astrometrics, we were catapulted several hundred light years from Trailus to the Excalibur system. Here's some facts to go along with those legends. In the 23rd century, Excalbians abducted the USS Enterprise and subjected some of her crew to a series of combats. Some sort of morality test. Feels that way to me. I doubt they dragged us all the way out here to have a ractogino and talk about baseball. There's one way to find out for sure. Hail them. I can boost the signal once the ship is in a standard orbit. Assuming the Excalbians are in a talking mood, we should have answer soon.
This should be interesting.
We are receiving your signal. On behalf of the Excalbian people, I bid you welcome.
Obey Lincoln.
Yes, I suppose that would be a bit of a surprise. You'll pardon me for that, I hope. Some time ago, I met and fought beside one of your own, Captain James Kirk. Under the that is a complicated matter, I'm afraid. I think it would be easier to discuss it face to face. We prepared a meeting.
Oh, this should be interesting. Why do I get the feeling I'm not gonna like it?
Welcome, friends. I do hope the local climate is to your liking.
The climate's fine. It's our abduction that we have a problem with, friend.
My apologies. It was not an action of my choosing, I can assure you.
The Excalibians. Always a pleasure.
Your presence is required for a matter of great importance.
Greater than conversations with dead presidents?
Long ago, the two of us were involved in a study, if you will.
An evaluation of two concepts, good and evil. The initial results were ultimately inconclusive.
The debate has continued since that time.
We now seek a final resolution.
What does that have to do with us, exactly?
You have been chosen as advocates for the concept of good.
But you will not face it alone.
Oh, great. Michael Burnham.
Hello. Looks like we have a lot of work to do here.
That's putting it mildly.
You have questions. I will attempt. In this trial, you will be accompanied by associates that we have created for you. You will confront a variety of situations in opposition to evil forces. Your actions will be judged, as will those of your opponents. The prevailing concept will guide us as a people. We shall pursue the virtues of good, or the vices of evil. We find violent conflicts produce pure examples of good and evil. They provide the failure to participate will be seen as your endorsement of the supremacy of evil. The trial will then conclude with a judgment in favor of evil, and our subsequent pursuit of the concept as a guiding principle.
Choices we make will have an impact.
The trial awaits you. Proceed through the portal behind me.
I think we need to be cautious when dealing with the Excalbians. They're a lot like Q, minus a sense of humor. Fashion sense could use... For now, I say we play their game and stay in one piece. Look for opportunities to swing things in our favor. Our new teammate here might have some insight into the situation as well.
Michael Burnham, of the USS Discovery. Judging by your uniforms, I'd say I'm in the future. The last thing I remember was preparing for battle with my crew, and the crew of the Enterprise. Since we're having this discussion, I'm guessing we won that fight. My apologies, my memory's a bit fuzzy. Over 150 years. Fascinating. To address your original question, I wish I had all the answers, but I know as much as you do. Going through this trial will give us the chance to conduct some tests of our own, learn more about them and the situation here.
Take heart, my friends. Yarnik has a... Well said. And as well... Please,
Let's just
accompany
get this. Let's just get this over with.
Beyond that portal, the first trial awaits. Good luck, my friend.
My tricorder's showing a Class M tropical biome. By the look of things, this world is under attack.
This is a safe position for now, but that could change soon. We need to get to cover fast. I see a plaza ahead. And casualties. Enemy forces may be in the area.
Oh, this is gonna be real fun.
This didn't happen long ago. Some of the bodies are still warm. When did this take place, originally? I don't recognize the uniforms on these Romulans. You're serious? The Romulans are...
These Romulans are Tal Shiar, members of a covert military intelligence force. Their list of enemies is long. Any number of them could be responsible for this attack.
Yeah.
This one was killed by heavy plasma weaponry. Strange. I'm also reading trace amounts of several exotic particles.
Makes sense. The Iconians were allies of the Tal Shiar at this time. They were probably fighting at their side. This may be one of the unexpected changes Lincoln warned us about.
Oh boy.
Some kind of constructs. They're using anti-proton weapons.
Heralds. Good sign.
I hate the Iconians. Had enough of them during the Iconian Wars story arc.
Those were Iconians?
Heralds are augmented servants of the Iconians. They were used primarily as shock troops. We've encountered them before, but if they're here now, things are worse than expected. There's a tactical force field blocking our way. That looks like the emitter over there. Should be simple enough. Tal Shiar and Heralds fighting Riemann combat squads. Wonderful.
So, these Remans, they're on our side. Good to know.
For now.
You there! I would speak with you.
No. Obasek.
Your timing is fortuitous, my old friend. My resistance forces are closing in on Hakiv's laboratory. But he has opened it. The lab is not far from here. If we can fight our way past the guards, we can...
Looks like there's another tactical force field blocking the way. This Hakiv really doesn't want to be interrupted, does he?
It may not be in an obvious place. Check the near...
Excellent. Hakiv has holed up in the south like the cornered vermin.
You might be able to block transporters, Obasek, but I doubt you can block a functional Iconian gate. As long as that remains open, Hakiv will be able to escape.
Okay, let's keep going. Fight these damn constructs. Alright, let's keep advancing.
Ambush! Look out!
Oh, great.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Obasek. So good of you to join us today.
Hakiv again.
I've dreamed of
Pain.
ridding the galaxy of your stench for some time. And now, with the Iconians at my side,
This ends now, Hakiv.
We have bigger problems. The Iconian gate is still online, remember? Hakiv can bring an Iconian...
Then let's shut it down.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
Oh, you damn defiler!
Flanking damage detected.
God, I hate these damn things.
Taking fire over here.
I need help at the gate
Yeah,
controls.
I know.
Personal shield losing power.
What the?
I need help at the gate controls.
I'm dealing with this problem first.
Flanking damage detected.
Hate those damn things.
you think you've stopped me? The Iconians already know. They know everything.
I don't care. Blood calls for blood, Hakiv.
No, not like this. You're better than this. If you do this, it won't be justice. It'll be murder. You don't have to do this.
He must pay for what he's...
Well,
Ariete!
All right, what's the call? Help Obasek or catch Hakiv?
Obasek's
gotta
in
make a
bad shape.
choice.
He needs field surgery right now, or he's not going to make it. I can't do this.
Hakiv's getting away. If he leaves through a gateway, he could return with enough Iconians to finish us off.
I'd rather save Obasek.
Rest easy, friends. This part of the trial has reached its conclusion.
skip that part.
At a critical moment, you move to save Obasek's life. Because of this, Hakiv escapes and convinces the Iconians to pursue a scorched earth assault on their enemies. Billions more die in the following war as a result. An intriguing choice, to be sure.
To callously leave an ally to die upon the battlefield is not the mark of a strong soul. Saving the life of a comrade in the fight against evil was a brave...
The trial continues. Proceed through the nearby portal when you are ready to begin.
Come this way for your next trial.
Gotta pick your choices. The right, good or evil.
Any idea where we are?
God.
I haven't seen it.
Yes, some of this tech is very advanced, most likely from the future. Anorex was heavily modified after a scientist named Noy stole it from Kiana Station.
Never good.
Damage control teams. The ship's been in a rough fight.
Group.
This looks like some kind of command station.
Secure the area. You might be
Dang
able
it.
to find useful data here.
I hate when those not cool do that.
The sphere builders grow suspicious of my inquiries. I believe they begin to realize what my ultimate goal is, what I shall do once this war is won. Today, at Procyon 5, I will undo what the Alliance has done to them, to me, to my family.
Noise was brief with grief because his family was accidentally wiped out because of a temporal incursion we tried, but backfired.
The petty squabbles over the Tox Utat have become tiresome. First Krog, and now Azure and Boratis. They growl and demand and threaten to depart over the artifact like petulant children. If it were not a critical element of my plans, I would have left it on Ryza.
Okay.
Krog becomes impatient, despite her successful recovery of the Tox Utat and the restoration of the Nakul Star. She wants more. She wants revenge. It is tempting to use the Tox Utat on Sol. My plan to recruit Admiral Lita to the Temporal Liberation Front was a success. Keeping her loyalty, however, is quite challenging. Like so many Terrans, her dreams of empire are
Funny, I've been to Procyon 5. It's unremarkable. In our time, at least. Looks like things change considerably in the next century. And on the bridge of the enemy flagship, no less. Judging by the look of things, the battle may not be going well for this temporal liberation.
We should leave. By now, we've been detected.
There's a turbo lift down this way.
Alright. Dang it!
Making damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
This door
Need
here.
it one.
I'm detecting a massive buildup of temporal energy ahead.
Yeah, along with multiple life forms, all armed.
Dang it again! You coming?
Nice try. But you're done.
Oh, Lita, you're always so predictable. I'll give you an Andorian squall, summer squall. And you can face my pet.
Personal shield losing power.
You haven't seen the last of me!
Alright, good riddance.
I see him. Noise on the upper platform.
Of course he is. Alright, we need to go this way. Of course, we gotta face these two. Her. Always a joy to see Krog.
Waste time as you see fit, Vermin. It will be for naught.
I always do not like facing her. She just loves getting in your face. And slicing and dicing at you. Just die already. Oh, now we got these two. These two are always fun.
History shows you have a habit of meddling in the affairs of others.
We believe it is time to break you of that habit.
Ouch! Kill you. Again. I thought I killed you. Alright, let's go upstairs, face Noi again.
Here to parley? Or shall we just start shooting at one another?
Oh, let's just start shooting at each other.
You.
Speaking to you.
Apparently Daniels hasn't grown weary of plucking you out of time and sending you to vex me. How many times have I killed you now? 4? 5? Honestly, I've lost. I will fight
I get tired
this
of
battle
having to
again
fight you.
and
You're a pain
again
in the
until I
butt.
stand victorious.
I understand the need to bring back the ones we've lost.
Past an exercise in futility.
time do I have to defeat you?
I will not be defeated. I control
God
time
dang it.
itself.
Just die already.
Enough! I will erase you all!
You can't control time. If anything, time controls us.
Deep, but wasted on Noi.
This
His
one
grief
does eat
blinds him
here.
to things like logic and truth.
Shield losing power.
I'm so close! I won't let you win!
Enemy target on center. Shield losing power.
The core is ready. I will end you and take my ship back in time.
You cannot stop our plans.
Ouch. Will you just please eat on my pet? Ouch! Damn prick! Fire! Dang it! Fire! Yeah, you get fire! Dang it! Do it! Feedback generator! This is why I hate this guy so much. Dang it! Ugh. Ouch! I hate him.
No! I've come too far! This time I'll make sure you're never born! Even if I have to shoot you in the cradle!
Noi! Husband, please! You don't have to do this.
How can this be? You were lost.
I'm here now, husband.
Uh-oh. The founder.
Why? Cloud.
Of course, this war needed to end, Noi.
Before it consumed us all. Noi was a danger to all life, even in the Dominion. I could no longer sit back and watch as the Alliance failed to stop him. Time and time again. And so, I have done what you could not. Now, we must destroy this vessel, so it can never be used again. Let us end this war.
She's got a point. Without Noi, without Anorex, the TLF will lack the power and leadership needed to fight the Alliance. The war will end. And who knows, maybe there'll be a chance at a lasting peace this time. Strange.
The situation could have been avoided. He was finished. You didn't need to execute him. Maybe we can still... This is a time ship. We should be able to generate a localized temporal spike and send ourselves back to a point before this whole situation goes too far. Let's finish this without resulting to cold-blooded murder.
No! No! I've come too far! This time I'll... make sure you're never born! Even if I have to... shoot you in the cradle!
No! Husband, please! You don't have to do this!
Noi, look out! She's a changeling!
Solids are irrational, fearful creatures. You cannot be trusted.
Ouch.
Imposter! How dare you!
Will you guys, will you damn leave my, release me? Ugh.
You knew. You could have kept silent and let that thing execute me while wearing the face of my wife. But you didn't. If you were willing to save my... Indeed. Very well. It appears the time has come. I speak for my forces, and I surrender. The Battle of Procyon 5...
I believe that will be enough for this trial. Yarnik awaits our return. Let's return.
I made the morally right choice.
The Founder ended one life to save trillions, yet you undid her efforts to save a dangerous enemy. The Founder was killed. As a result, the Dominion falls to disarray, and the Herc invasion ravages 3 galactic quadrants before it is finally stopped.
To kill a man in cold blood, even an enemy, that comes with a terrible burden to bear for the executioner. Delivering Noi to justice was an admirable decision, one the Founder could have easily made herself. Doing so would have saved not only her life, but the lives of many others as well.
Your participation in the trial has been informative thus far, but we require...
This way.
Ugh. Let's just get this over with.
This place isn't familiar.
I know where we are, I just don't know when.
Science officer's log. ESA 4 was a test site for Section 3. They set up a
This is a recent entry, but the area is deserted. We need to know more.
Science officer's log. Control found us. We fought back. I need... If Tilly was...
Everything matches up to the point where Discovery crashes. That's where things change. Do you have a question?
You gotta watch Star Trek Discovery season 2
We were so
to
close to
understand.
this. To failure. To death. We need to set up the phase discriminators at that console. Good. Now we need to prepare the stasis beams at that console. So far, so good. We need to use that console to prime the EMP next. Almost finished. Use that console to to align the containment field. We've set up the trap. Now, yes.
Ugh. I'm sorry if I'm kind of skipping some of the dialogue.
I've done all I can with these ancient phase discriminators. And now we have two burn-ups. This ought to be interesting. I get the feeling you were expecting someone else, Annette.
Yes. My mother. She designed the suit with my father. Transfer the sphere data to my suit so I can take it into the future, where Control can never find it. We need to act fast.
Now we gotta battle Control again. Skip ahead.
Control's using members of Discovery's crew as shock troops.
I hate this part. I hate the next mission even more. Ouch!
If I leave the field, I'll return to the future. You'll have to fight Control without me. Control can't be killed with regular weapons. You need to do something unconventional. Try to magnetize the floor. It'll disrupt it. Weaken it and lure it to me. I'll distract it while you give it a magnetic shock. It'll take several shocks to finish it for good.
Ouch.
I've got its attention. Quick! Magnetize the floor!
Gotta get to this console 3 times.
It worked! Do it again!
Ouch! Ouch!
It's weakened! Lead it to the platform!
Come on, you little pit. Ouch!
It's distracted! Give it another blast! Magnetize
Yeah,
the
I'm
floor
hurrying.
Again. Good! One more shock should finish it off!
Ouch! Not particularly fond of this mission. Start. Ouch! Ugh, this thing's proving hard to kill. Ouch!
It's weakened! Lead it to the platform!
Working on it. Working on it.
Hurry! Magnetize the floor! Finish it off!
Dang it!
Personal shield losing power.
That did it!
Ugh.
Now! Ah!
Killed me right when I... Ugh.
Control is using nanites to take over the future version of me. If that happens, it'll gain access to the sphere data.
I can try to inoculate future Burnham with my own nanites. This should prevent Control from accessing the sphere data through her, but it'll alter her biosignature. She won't be compatible with the suit if this works.
Too risky. The suit could wind up trapped here. Given time, Control could find a way to access the sphere data. We need to think about destroying the data. Purge it from the suit.
I could do that, but losing that data, all of that knowledge gone forever. Consider this. The means of eliminating Control could be held within the sphere data. Get ready. This is gonna sting. A lot.
I am skipping that one. Well, she's dead.
She's dead. The sphere data is gone as well. Shock of removing it must have been too much for her.
Unfortunately, we have a new problem. At the end, before it beamed out, I think what was left of Control merged with some of my... Yeah, and now there's a Borg Control hybrid version of me running loose somewhere. Whatever the Excalbians are doing here needs to stop now.
Rest easy. The trial of Esau 4 has come to an end. My apologies, friends. These events must have taken a heavy toll. Come along, my friends.
Well...
How quickly you extinguished a wealth of knowledge. And to what end? Your decision to eliminate the data also claimed the life of the Red.
Preventing Control from gaining access to the sphere data was a just and necessary action, despite the cost.
I have my concerns regarding this trial. Yarnik isn't a very impartial judge, and he's clearly a prominent figure in Excalbian society. If his opinion of our actions continues downward, the situation could become volatile in a hurry. Still,
I have been informed that Yarnik and the others wish to privately discuss the results of the trials. You are free to return to your vessel.
As much as I'd like to see what a ship of this time period is like, I feel like we should stay here. We might have the opportunity to speak with Excalbian.
I'm not as optimistic as Commander Burnham when it comes to the Excalbians. Returning to the ship has its benefits. I could use a drink. Several.
Alright. Let's begin part 2. So we're gonna need we're gonna fight a lot of Borg. I'm gonna pray I survived that.
We have seen many things in the trials. Your actions have... You can remove yourself from the trials if you so desire. Then, if you wish to...
The next trial lies this way.
If we survive this next one, fight the Borg, please shoot me.
This is incredible. The architecture.
The Excalbians have dropped us into another planetary assault by the look of things. There's a battle.
I can tell you one thing, my captain's gonna have a lot of injuries by the end of this mission.
Fascinating.
If this is the fall of Iconia,
that last hit wasn't far from here.
We can have heavy gunfire nearby. Keep your weapons handy.
More fighting ahead. Wait. Are those Iconians?
Yep.
More Iconian pets. Kill them! Let them die!
I do not.
I am called
Orbital attack. The warfare of cowards.
We survived this mission, I'd be lucky.
Hell they kill, I will take 100 of theirs. For each Iconian, 1,000.
All of this.
I've already heard all this
The
before.
loss they must feel. And the anger.
Ugh, I'm gonna get killed a lot in this mission. I hate this mission. Why aren't you there? Dang it! Hate this mission. I'd rather face the hurt than these guys. Face this mission. Ugh, God, I hate this mission. Oh, she's down. Ouch! The heck was that for?
Hold. Reading an energy spike in the gateway ahead. Something's activating it.
No, there will be no holding. We will fight. Slay any foe that dares to cross our path.
Once more under the breach, dear friends. Once more.
Henry V. Nice.
He just... Why? Ow! What the heck? Oh god, I hate this next part up here. Oh god, I hate this one.
That energy is protecting the demon. I can disable the gateway to stop that, but I need time.
You fought a war with the Iconians and survived?
Barely. Yeah, we were lucky we survived.
Ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves.
I hate this part.
The gateway is restored. I will signal you when I am ready once more.
Ow! up!
The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves.
Ouch!
The gateway is restored. I will signal you when I am ready once more.
Hurry up!
The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up.
I had you!
Defend yourselves.
Ow! Ow! Ugh.
I will not be defeated by the likes of you. My life is not yours to take further. What is this? Honored mistress, use this to restore your strength.
Yes,
you served me well, Hakim.
That creature. That was Taket. A Taket of nightmare. Utterly, I have seen terrible things on this day. The fall of my civilization, of my beloved friends, of the totality of Iconian.
Okay. This next section is gonna be nightmarish. Got to face the Borg. It's gonna be a freaking nightmare. Just hang on a second, I'm just kinda clearing out some space right now. This is gonna be a battle royale against the undead Borg. You hear me cussing a lot? I'm sorry, but this is just gonna be a nightmare.
Something is amiss, my friends.
Pray
the trial
I
has
survive
taken a
this.
life of its own, expanding well beyond its original parameters. Though I implored Yarnik and his ilk to bring the trial to an end, tread lightly.
These Borg, are they an evolution of control?
Unlikely. The Borg Collective existed well before the creation of Control, although when you add temporal manipulation into the equation... No, I already have a headache, and temporal mechanics will only make it worse.
7. What we saw on Esau 4, Your detailed knowledge of the Borg? You used to be...
Yeah. I was assimilated by the Borg at a young age and liberated by the crew of the USS Voyager later in life. The assimilation process is reversible, mostly, but it leaves scars. Inside and out.
I'm sorry that happened to you. And I'm sorry to ask this now.
This isn't the first time I've run into Borg since my liberation, and I doubt it'll be the last. I'll be fine, commit.
Fair enough.
Right. Combat with the Borg is likely.
Let's just
Don't
pray.
forget to equip a frequency remodulator.
We don't need a frequency. We don't need it. We can go. Or I have to, because they won't let me go until I do.
Don't forget to equip a frequency remodulator.
They're not gonna let me go through until I do.
Existence as you
Oh
know
God.
is over.
This is gonna be nightmare.
Isn't enhancing an Iconian with cybernetics a bit excessive?
Oh, God, help me. No, this
Watch
is
out, they're
hell's
energizing exec plating,
kitchen.
weapons-grade plasma.
If I survive this, I'm gonna start drinking.
Activating.
I'll be lucky if I get out of this alive. Frickin' hell. You'd be lucky if you survive this. Oh, God. Ah! See what I mean? Be lucky if you survive it. Cybernetic hell, yes. Okay, got both to Cat and... Did I already take out Hakeem? Oh, here they come again. This is why I hate this. Got like straight out of my worst nightmares in this game. This is why I have to equip. I wait to do this mission so I have anti-Borg weaponry. Ouch! Ugh! God, I hate this part. Like a nightmare out of worst nightmare in Star Trek. Ow! Dang it! Okay, how the hell did I survive that? Usually I die a lot more.
I don't like where this is heading. The Borg...
Time's a factor here. The longer the Borg have to build...
7 and 9. The control returns. At first, my existence seemed flawed, incomplete. I sought answers, and within the trials, I found them. I was a simulacrum, brought into me by extravagant conceit.
God, I hate this mission. Ugh. Goddamn nightmare. Never do this mission without anti-Borg weaponry. Oh, God.
I am designated
Oh, boy.
7th tertiary adjunct of
Here's the next
0801.
round.
You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Oh, God, how many nightmares do I have to have?
This room has automated defenses. Watch where they're targeting.
Kill them. This is definitely where your Soapec lightning definitely comes in handy against targets like this. Oh, Jesus. Kill him. Ugh. Just die! Oh, dang it. Ah! You start shooting! Start shooting! How about you die or go away? We're not even to the worst section yet. God. Yeah. Just please just
This
die.
particular nightmare is over.
This particular nightmare, we're still not to the worst part. Ugh. Ugh. Just die, will you? Ugh. Okay, this nightmare's done.
Well, that was thoroughly unpleasant. I confront my past from time to time, but it usually doesn't shoot back. I'll manage. We need to deal with my evil twin and the Queen, however. The thought of them both running free makes me very uncomfortable.
Okay. Oh God, here goes an even worse nightmare.
Drone squads 23 and 24.
Here we go.
Initiate security.
Get him, my pet. Nightmares for the next 3 nights because of this. You just die. Oh God!
Watch out! More drones.
No kidding. Hey, tardigrade, start eating them. Ugh. Hey, through that one, but this next area is
picking up a lot of energy
worse.
spikes in the next room.
It's the personal chamber of the Borg Queen. Maybe the Excalbians sent some allies to help out. If so, they might need our help.
I hate this mission, this phase.
That's the Borg Queen, indeed. This is damn peculiar. If the Excalbians kill...
Not sure if this is better or worse than what Control had planned.
No,
I'm sure
it's worse.
But I'm a little biased.
How timid you are. So frightened of perfection.
Last time I checked, we're not the ones hiding in the dark.
That's a good point.
Here's another. You are obsolete. Older. Weaker. Inferior to me in every way.
Inferior to you? You're a pathetic copy of me hiding behind a legion of drones. You're weak.
Tell me, why have you come?
Ugh.
There will be no struggle. No resistance.
You're a smart girl. You'll figure it out eventually.
How predictable. How human. We know where that path ends.
Here comes the nightmare.
Futility.
Okay.
And a new nightmare begins.
Ugh, don't say that. I already had enough headaches from this.
Watch the floor!
God. You're gonna need every freaking weapon you've got on you and pray that you survive. No, don't get off the electric orb.
And now they have a cybernetic dinosaur.
Oh,
Shooting
God,
now
that's
is
a
neurobiology.
Gorn. And this makes a great TFO mission. An assimilated Gorn. How delightful. Oh, it is a TFO mission. Oh, God. Okay, we got the Gorn. But we got another wave. Oy, 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 oy.
More automated defenses are coming online.
God. And she's back again. Oh, jeez. Oh, get off the electric warp. Ouch. Ow.
Why do you struggle? I eternal. My victory is inevitable.
And we're still not done.
That's... How is she still functional?
Star Trek First Contact,
There's so much
you
more to
understand.
possibly imagine.
No, Jesus. Just die already. Rather face 1,000 charging, screaming Klingons in this. I'm about to end up in cybernetic oblivion at this point. Ah! You mind getting the electric floor off so I can... Maybe that should be the name of this half of the episode. Entering cybernetic oblivion just to satisfy the Scalavians, which is not my idea of fun at this point. Ouch! And I die again.
Personal shield losing power.
You are small.
Ugh.
You lack harmony, cohesion, greatness. It will be your hunter.
Really? Whose ass just got kicked again?
Yep, we gotta deal with her one more time.
You are done here at last, my friends.
I need to do something right quick. I think I'm gonna start.
I'm glad you're still with us, my friend.
Not yet. I need to do one thing, if you don't mind. Sorry, Abe, but I'll be there in a second. Ugh, Jesus. Really need to empty this crap out. So much crap in here. Can I equip you with a weapon now? Ugh.
The evidence in the trial is clear. Adherents of evil will stop at nothing to ensure their victory. Nothing is sacred. No law is absolute. In comparison, the proponents of good are made weak by their morality and other self-imposed limitations. They lack the freedom to achieve their goals at all costs.
Sounds familiar what's going on in Ukraine. Putin will do whatever is necessary to achieve his goals, even slaughter innocent civilians. But we're doing what is necessary to stop him.
Those troops are coming from previous trials.
Oh, God. I don't like it when you put up those cover shields. I hate those things. I find cover shields an extremely irritating ability. Oh, just joy.
They're sending in more reinforcements!
Oh, that's my luck. Brawl. Oh, you did not, you look. Okay.
Impossible. Safety measures were in place. The participants should not be able to escape the trial areas or pursue agendas separate from the trials. The Borg Queen of our creation is amassing greater power. This includes the assimilation of this planet.
Get back to the ship.
We should take care of that Borg ship while we...
Apparently not. President Lincoln has asked me to assist him with something.
Alright. We gotta stop Queen in orbit. Let's have it out. Have our brouhaha in orbit. Frankly, I don't mind this phase as much as I did the last phase. Facing the horde of Borg drones, I didn't mind, but this phase I hate. No, I'm sorry. I hated the last phase. I don't mind this phase.
The Borg
I'm not
Queen is
straight.
assimilating the Excalbians one by one. If she's not stopped, difficult to say, she will learn to replicate well-known patterns.
Alright, we gotta defeat these ships right quick.
Shields have failed.
Gotta defeat this fleet right quick.
Left shield failing. Target shields have failed.
Oh, man. Uh-oh.
You know you can't win, and yet you
I love
stand
this
ready to die
cutscene.
a pointless death.
Your arrogance is impressive. Annoying, but impressive.
Arrogance. Is it arrogance you hear, or a statement of inevitable fact? Perhaps now your opinion has changed.
Uh-oh. This is not good.
Perhaps now you realize the futility of resistance.
Am I dead?
Looks like you could use a
Well,
hand here.
One ship.
I hope you don't mind, but I brought some friends.
Oh.
This is Captain Jonathan Archer of the Starship
Hello.
Enterprise.
Prepare to attack. All hands battle stations.
3 starships commanded by Kirk.
Let's make sure that history never forgets.
Enterprise,
The name,
the
Enterprise.
Legends of the Federation.
There's an old saying, fortune favors the bold. Well, I guess we're about to find out.
I think it's time to do a little assimilating of our own.
Well, let's see if I guess resistance isn't
Still think
futile.
resistance is futile? Your Majesty?
Resistance. Resistance isn't futile in this case. Let's fight it out. The Legends of the Federation.
Attack Pattern Omega. Target their engine.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target
Thank you
shields.
to the Legends of the Federation. Bring my hurt buddies.
Shields failing.
Oh, let's take on the Anorak.
Fire main phasers.
Thank you, Jim. Ouch.
Torpedoes, maximum yield.
Understood. Really?
Disposal pattern. Sienna. And fire.
Understood, Captain. Thank you, Jean-Luc. Alright, we got the Dreadnought.
Power to all weapon systems. Standby phasers.
Alright, we got the Section 30. We just gotta still get the Anorak.
Ready, photons.
With every action.
Alright, let's get the Queen. As soon as we deal with these last two probes. Of course, she's bringing her little Borg buddies. Well, kind of prematurely detonated my Metron gas. They should make this part of this mission a separate TFO. That would make a great separate TFO.
You have provided us with significant insight into the nature of good. Even with nothing to gain and everything to lose, even when placed in terrible danger by our studies, you chose to come to our aid. You refused to let the forces of evil destroy us, even though we had placed you in mortal peril. You have given us much to consider and to understand. You have shown us that it is not good to subject others to dangers that we are not willing to face ourselves. Let us meet face to face.
Okay, I think I need to get a drink. Even though I don't drink alcohol.
This has certainly been a learning experience for me as well as the Excalbians. I saw what I was and what I could have been, which makes me grateful for the life I have now. Still, this experience should make the next session with my counselor interesting.
I would imagine so.
In the meantime, that sensor grid in the trailer system will need some final adjustments. If you can get me back to my runabout, I can finish those. I can also speak to some Fenris Rangers about looking into the Orion smuggling activity in Trailus. Unofficially, of course.
Ugh, God, I hate this sometimes. Let me do one thing do some stuff before I finish this mission. I gotta clear out some inventory space. Can't use that. It's not science. You're gonna spend a lot of time cleaning out your inventory. I definitely gotta go through my inventory.
Sounds like Yarnek and his people have a lot to think about. I hope they mean it when they say they're going to pursue goodness. As for me, it's strange being, what did the Borg Queen call it? A simulacrum? I'm based on a Starfleet science officer. I was going to figure it out sooner or later. Now that I know, I've decided to continue what was started here today. I've asked the Excalbians to make my transformation permanent, and they've agreed. So, for the Excalbians, the trials are over, but for me, the human adventure is just beginning. If you don't mind, I could use a ride to the nearest Alliance starbase. I'd like to speak with Starfleet Command about reactivating my commission, among other things.
I can't blame her.
It's been quite some time since I had to go into combat. It was an honor to fight by your side. The Excalbians have asked me to remain as I am now, and to serve as an ambassador for this planet. These people have a great deal to learn about the universe, and I believe the Alliance can help them with that. And having some experience as a statesman, I might be able to make that process a little smoother for all parties involved.
Abraham Lincoln was a great president when he was alive. It's too bad he was assassinated.
Should you return here, you will be most welcome. You've done all of us on Excalibur a great service today. One we will never forget. And for that, I thank you.
Ugh. I hope I never have
The advocates of good return. We have learned much from your efforts in the trials. We did. After reviewing the events, we have decided to rule in favor of the concept of good. We will. As we have ruled in favor of good, the people of Excalibur will pursue those virtues from this day forward.
Man, that was a hit. I hated that Borg part.
Well, for now, I'd like to put some distance between myself and Excalibur. Returning to Earth, catching up on what's happened since 2257? Sounds like a good place to start to me. I understand that an old friend of mine is on a similar journey now. I'll get in touch with Commander Stamets soon. I'd love to get his unique perspective on things. There's a lot waiting for me out there. Thank you for helping me get the chance to discover once again.
It's my pleasure. Before I end the episode, there's one thing I need to do right quick. Need to go to DS9. Need to go to DS9 and the Dyson Sphere to read the logs, because I forgot to do that. Might as well go ahead and do that, because I forgot to do that in the last episode. Then we'll end the LP. Let's go to DS9 first. I need to take some more Dayquil. This cold just not going to get away anytime soon. It's subsiding, but still. Ugh. I did promise to do another repeat of the last mission of the Gamma Quadrant story arc Home.
Captain's Log, 4th Reckoning, Chronicle 54. The Rescava is currently orbiting planet Draconis 3 as part of a joint research program with the Alliance. Our purpose? Restoration of the planet's biosphere after it was scourged of all life by the Zenkethi. With considerable effort, we have been able to establish a simulation of the draconian ecosphere prior to devastation. Scans of the planet from Station K-13 were very helpful, despite being several centuries old. Once the simulation has been fully tested, we will initiate the restoration process. Life will return to Draconis 3. I'm glad that protomatter will play a part in healing the grievous wound inflicted upon the planet by the Zenkethi. They have much to answer for.
Oh, yeah.
Captain's Log, 4th Reckoning, Chronicle 62. We have arrived at the Mivik system with a delegation from planet Povin. Our orders are to restore the biosphere of Povin, and we're eager to begin, but there are some obstacles to deal with. The Povini Council is unable to reach a decision on the restoration of their homeworld. Some wish to establish the world as it was in their golden age, while others wish to restore Povin to the state it was in before the Zenkethi attack. Flaws and all. Debates on the matter have often become heated. I've had to break up 2 duels between Povini Council members thus far. I don't recommend the experience. A diplomatic envoy from Beta Z shall arrive soon to assist us. She has considerable skill in such matters and was eager to make the journey, despite her advanced age.
Well, I bet you I know who they're referring to. I bet you they're referring to Luxana Troy.
Captain's Log, 4th Reckoning, Chronicle 77. The Rescava has arrived in the Jodkor system a few hours ahead of schedule. While we wait for the rest of the Alliance research team, we shall begin preliminary scans and studies of the moon we're here to restore. Our data suggests that the moon was the same class as Clufano, the planet it orbits, Class M. While it's not unheard of, it certainly is rare in our experience. We shall endeavor to restore the moon to its former state. and make it a place worth discovering when the people of Kufano take their first steps towards the stars. When they do, I hope the Lucari and the Alliance are waiting to greet them warmly. Captain's Log, 4th Reckoning, Chronicle 88. We are currently in orbit over the planet Kantar. I am trying to determine how I shall inform my crew that we will not be restoring the ecosphere of the planet our people once called home. The decision arrived earlier in a secure transmission, very formal. After considerable debate, it was placed to a planet-wide vote. The final results were 73% against and 27% in favor. The motion to restore Kentar's ecosystem has failed. Some wounds, as the humans say, never heal. Too many Lucari do not consider Kentar to be their home. They see it as a reminder of a time we lost our way as a people. A time they never wish to see again. Kentar is a cautionary tale. Many in the crew will be disappointed, myself among them. Perhaps someday we will have the chance. Captain's Log, 4th Reckoning, Chronicle 93. We have returned to the Haranzi system. A new initiative, one to restore life to the scourged Kentari moons, has passed. We are here to carry out the will of the Lucari people. I am particularly pleased to restore the moon of Karlat. History tells us that it was once a place of beauty, with oceans and beaches to rival those on Ryza. A natural paradise, unmarred by technology or war. From what we can tell, the Kentari attempted to terraform the moon, with disastrous results. They turned it into a Class Y wasteland and left it to rot. It will be an
Some wounds are too harsh to heal.
After Action Report, November 28th, 2154, Commander Narrator reporting. Today is a Terran holiday called Thanksgiving, and after today's events, I'm inclined to start celebrating it. Large, flightless bird and all. It started when the Nakul extracted Dr. Eric Sung from prison. It seems they wanted him to devise augmentations for them. One of our agents tried to recover Sung, but wound up getting captured. I led a strike team to a compound where the Nakul were holding Sung and our agent. One of them tried to shoot Sung during the engagement. I took the hit for him. Thankfully, my shield was up to the challenge. Ending the Soon line would have been disastrous. Starfleet would have lost its first android officer. I believe stopping that is something to be thankful for. After Action Report, Stardate 9528.1, Commander Narrator reporting. There are days where the duties of my chosen profession are almost too much to bear. My assignment took me to the 23rd century and my homeworld, Cardassia Prime. Posing as an agent of the Obsidian Order was repugnant, but it provided access to the resources I needed to succeed. A group of Nakul, working with local revolutionaries, was planning to detonate a photon bomb in a marketplace. I exposed their operation to the Order. Their response was predictably swift and final. Had the Nakul succeeded, they would have started a chain of events leading to the founding of a Cardassian democracy in 2313. They would have also claimed the life of a 5-year-old boy named Prokal Dukat. I have ensured the birth of Prokal's infamous son and preserved the timeline. I have done my duty, but take no pride in doing so.
Dukat. Ugh. Dukat was always so double-faced. He could be your friend one minute, then he could be your worst enemy the next.
After Action Report, Stardate 55781.09, Commander Narrator reporting. If I never see Polaris 3 again, I shall die a happy woman. Duty took me to that miserable sandpit today. Nakul, posing as Remans, had come to recover the buried pieces of a Soong-type android, designation B4. We intercepted the Nakul and secured all of the android's components. They planned on programming B4 to cause a warp core breach on the Enterprise while it orbited Romulus. Thankfully, we stopped them. Unfortunately, we didn't stop them before they dug up the android components. As a result, my team and I had to bury them again so Picard and his people could find them. I may never get all the sand out of my combat armor.
Well, I can't blame her.
After Action Report Stardate 46853.5, Commander Narrator reporting. I've just enjoyed an interesting visit to Terok Nor, or rather Deep Space Nine. Our intel suggested that the Nakul were going to assassinate Sisko, and in a most unusual fashion, death by holosuite. I managed to gain access to the station's holosuite network, but I saw no signs of tampering or any scheduled appointments for Benjamin Sisko. Jake Sisko, on the other hand, was in a session. I hacked the suite and stopped a holographic baseball pitcher from throwing a 300-mile-an-hour fastball into Sisko the Younger's skull. I then tracked the assassin to a storage area. As I prepared to enter, the door opened, and the Tailor Garrick walked out. He tapped his nose and smiled as he passed. Inside, I found the corpse of the lone Nakul agent. As I said, an interesting visit.
You think Garrick knew? Garrick suspected?
After Action Report Stardate 49427, Commander Narrator reporting. Death has tried to claim me in many ways. Today's attempt was particularly novel. Command sent me to deal with a plot to destroy the USS Voyager. The Nakul intended to program an automated Cardassian warship to attack Voyager once it came into range. They didn't plan on it considering them enemies, however. It killed the Nakul, and when I arrived, it tried to kill me too. It seems that this dreadnought had been reprogrammed with a vigorous dislike of Cardassians.
Well, blamed B'Elanna for that.
I managed to escape, although leaving it there for Voyager to deal with was difficult. I greatly dislike being shot at, especially by an idiot.
Alright, let's watch the Terran Task Force.
Personal log, Admiral Lita. So little time. When I was merely a captain serving on occupied Bajor, I had no choice but to rely on seduction and misdirection. All my years working for the Terran Rebellion, and my Bajoran roots were still thrown in my face. Captain Lita, nothing more than a figurehead to placate the Bajorans. Resented by my crew and dismissed by the Admiralty. Then, the orb of possibilities was returned, and it showed me the way. Now, all possibilities are ahead of me. The orb showed me the Coast Emojin. Maybe the prophets were trying to warn me. The Coast Emojin showed me a hint of power. The Pa Wraiths burned away weakness, burned away age, burned away mortality. The future would be mine if I could just grasp it. Admiral, Fleet Admiral, perhaps more. Now, travelers have come from the future. Back in time to give us weapons to destroy the Iconians. Travelers who already know my plans and my fate. I don't trust them. But can I use them?
Well, of course you can.
Personal log, Admiral Lita. Our temporal visitors have given us quite a few gifts. At first, my engineers were pessimistic about understanding future technology. A few trips to the Agony booth have cured them of their misgivings. Our benefactors have come from our far future to ensure that their world comes to pass. For that to happen, we must defeat the Iconians, and our descendants have given us the weapons to do so. Of course, as Admiral in command of the fleet's flagship, I must insist on the first set of upgrades. Once the Enterprise has the power to dominate the fleet, I can give new weapons to my subordinates, but only to those who prove their loyalty.
She's getting a little ambitious, isn't she?
Personal log, Admiral Lita. The infighting in the fleet has been fierce. Many captains are rushing to declare their allegiance to me, and just as many are standing firm in their professions of loyalty to the Emperor. Of course, the fools who fight against me don't have access to my futuristic weapons. It will only be a short time now before my command is cemented. After that, I will take this war to the Iconians and eliminate them. Once the Iconians are destroyed, I can turn my attention to other matters. After all, Empress Hoshi gained her station with technology from the future. Or perhaps I can carve out a new empire of my own.
Definitely egotistical.
Personal log, Admiral Lita. I get the sense that our time-traveling visitors are not giving us the best of their technology. They won't give us weapons that are advanced enough to be a threat to them. I suppose it doesn't really matter. This technology is more than enough to guarantee that the fleet will remain under my control. We've finished installing temporal shielding. In addition to protecting us against a wider range of weapons, this will insulate us from changes in the timeline. When we go back to wipe out the Iconians, the shields will guarantee that we will remember everything after we return. Naturally, any captain I suspect of disloyalty is going to experience a slight variance in their shield harmonics. Wiped from the timeline. Oops! And nobody will ever...
Ruthless and mean-spirited, isn't she?
Personal log, Admiral Lita. We've crushed the Iconians, turned back the clock, and destroyed them 200,000 years in the past. Thanks to our temporal shielding, the fleet has remained immunized from changes, and we've been able to keep our timeline mostly intact. I've made a few small adjustments to suit my own tastes. Now it's my time again. The Pa Wraiths have given me great power over fire. The visions of the Wraiths have shown me a universe in fire. A universe for me to conquer. Through the fires of the Badlands, with the technology of the future, I can open a door to another universe. And once I have a foothold in that realm, I will have a place beyond the reach of the Emperor, where I can plan for his destruction and my eternal reign. Oh. That sounded a bit megalomaniac.
Yeah, she's a megalomaniac. Alright, now we need to go to the Dyson Sphere so I can do those logs. Ugh. Go to the Fleet Spire. Be the quickest way. Okay. I just need to go to Joint Fleet Command. It's been a long... You know, honestly, it seems like this month is going very slow. Nothing much really to talk about. It's the end of the LP. I've been working on this for 3 months now. As I said, I'll do the Borg and Tara Gamble story arcs whenever that story arc, the Tara Gamble story arc, final mission for that is released. Whenever that's released, then I'll do those 2 story arcs, but more or less I'm done. I think this weekend I'll do another, as I said, another recording of that mission home for the Gamma Quadrant story arc. That's probably one of the best episodes I ever did.
Ah, come in. I have a special assignment that requires a delicate touch. A science ship on patrol in grid Beta 53-30 received an encrypted message from the Voth. This wasn't a message from a military ship or the Voth leadership. This was an encoded short-ranged burst from a Voth science outpost. I think we may have a friend in the enemy's ranks. It'd be best if any communication from our side didn't come from our leadership, for reasons you'll soon see. I want you to pursue a dialogue with this individual. See if we can turn them into an ally. That is all. I'm trying to contact any member of the mammalian occupying force who is willing to open negotiations. I am Nellen Exel of the Voth Circle of Archaeology, and I believe that we have common scientific goals that can only be achieved without the interference of our respective militaries. Working alongside the best minds of the Voth Circles of Science, I have been studying this celestial structure, its function and its original inhabitants. Our work has yielded some troubling information for those seeking to uphold the doctrine that we are the original intelligent species in the Delta Quadrant. The Voth Ministry of Elders maintains that science is only valid if it supports their own fictions of history. I've lost too many colleagues to this terrible government censorship. What I've been able to discover on my own and away from government interruptions is that this sphere was created by a race under direct control of a species called the Iconians. Even ignoring the huge cache of records we found here, the mere existence of this sphere proves that there are powerful entities my government refuses to acknowledge, perhaps to our ultimate doom. I will not be so naive. Left high and dry by my own people, I am left with few options. There must be a sympathetic ear out there that realizes we have entered the nest of an enemy that neither of us are prepared to face alone.
Okay. That's interesting.
I was pleased to receive your message, even if I have to keep this conversation a secret from everyone I know. There are many topics that have been deemed controversial and off-limits. Inquisitors examine our work on a regular basis, but questions need to be asked if we are to maintain any sort of scientific credibility. Have you ever wondered at the fact that both our people were able to enter this sphere from opposite ends? That we could move through halls, through rooms, through entire buildings without finding another living thing? Until we encountered one another. The Ministry of Elders would have me publish papers claiming that this sphere was created by our ancestors. But why would they abandon this place? Why would anyone abandon this place? As far as I can tell, this place was commissioned but not built by a race called the Iconians. A war forced them to abandon their home in favor of this more strategic location. Imagine how many fleets of warships could fit inside here, fed by food grown on thousands of hectares of carefully constructed surfaces, powered by the entire energy of a star, and all waiting to ambush from the dark space of the night sky. The Voth are not warmongers. We have taught doctrine to weaker species, but weapons are usually not required. When the Voth have encountered opposition, we have resisted attempts by others to add us to their own ranks. Fights between evenly matched adversaries tend to be futile. A sphere might convince some that the odds have shifted in our favor. Which brings us back to my first question. Why did the original inhabitants of the sphere leave? Did they feel safe and pick a fight against a superior enemy and lose? Or were they forced to leave by some internal flaw in their fortress? We may all be doomed to the fate of those who lived here before if we aren't careful.
End of file.
Okay.
Hello. Thank you for continuing to remind me that there are other sane minds out there. My concerns about the dangers of the sphere's technology have fallen on deaf ears. In rebuttal, I'm fed propaganda about the sphere's Voth origins and how easy my job should be. But how easy can a job be if I'm constantly being interrupted by alarms and avoiding catastrophes? In my lab, the Ministry of Elders and their Inquisitor lackeys have installed accomplices who are willing to answer yes when I say no. Advancement is their only goal, not reason, not discovery, and certainly not safety. Unfortunately, they are rarely up to the tasks for which they volunteer. But the problems may be bigger than incompetent lab techs. No one here wants to hear that we may not be capable of using this technology, or that the cost of trying could be the destruction of this entire sector of space. The builders of this sphere aren't here to tell us the results of their experiments, but I'm convinced that something did go terribly wrong. There is evidence of a celestial trauma that has significantly reduced the energy output from this installation's central star. Add to that the fact that the spires have been optimized for a different spectral band than the one that this star produces, and we're left with strong evidence of a large-scale industrial accident. Such an accident would explain why this place was abandoned. I've conducted a detailed scan of one of the spires and found trace amounts of tetryon particles. Any industrial accident large enough to leave these trace tetryon particles thousands of years afterwards would have permeated all organic life caught in the blast with enough tetrionic energy to force any survivors to retreat to subspace. So, if the creators of this technology weren't savvy enough to prevent such a huge disaster, what chance do my people or yours have to do any better? I fear this technology. I fear it in not just the wrong hands, but in any hands. We need to work together to make sure no one tries to activate the sphere. Our lives may depend on it.
End of file.
Interesting. Cutscene 4.
I'm sorry for the delay in my response, but I needed to take extra precautions with my communications. After another round of disastrous tests in combining Voth and Sphere technologies, I was offered up as a scapegoat. I am no longer a member of the Voth Circle of Archaeology. But I've been doing this for so long, it's hard to stop keeping an eye on my former colleagues' experiments. Now my curiosity is tinged with a hint of fear. Their findings may be corrupted. When it was discovered that the Omega particles generated by this structure were sent to collection sites in the outer shell, the first thought was to blindly jumpstart this process, rather than to methodically determine its purpose. I'm afraid our leaders are so entranced by the perceived benefits of this advanced technology, they are willing to forego common-sense safety measures. Luckily, there are a few of us left who make safe and sane actions our primary objective. And luckier still, there are enough of your ships and soldiers causing problems inside our defensive lines that my actions are blamed on you. I'm not alone in this opinion. Our superiors are pushing hard to unlock this technology. There's a perceived lack of progress, and they are trying to make up for lost time. I'm sure you understand gravity as it applies to physics, but it also has a social component. When our leadership feels pressure, it is quickly felt by those below them. First by the military, then by the citizenry. The Voth have never taken kindly to dissenters. But there is no comparison between those who speak out against doctrine back home and those who fight for basic scientific inquiry here and now. I fear I'll be discovered at any moment, but I fear even more that the work I'm doing won't continue on. Please stay safe.
End of file.
Interesting. So, Bob's scientist extremely worried about what's going on in his side.
We've intercepted new Voth military communications. I think they've outed your contact.
One file received at 0530 hours today.
This is the last recording before he defects.
I'm sad at the thought that this may be my final transmission. I've enjoyed our talks together, but I came across something tonight that is too important to leave to chance. I was recently assigned to the Circle of Material Sciences. Apparently, my expertise in using isotopes to date archaeological finds means I'm an expert in chemistry, at least to a military personnel officer. One disadvantage of keeping disciplines separate based on expertise is a lack of shared knowledge, where my new colleagues added footnotes about inverted tetryon particles. I saw a connection to omega molecules, a connection of which they were unaware. On a small scale, my hypothesis yielded a small rift. Applied to the scale of this entire facility, this sphere was built to travel through subspace, across the galaxy. The Voth leadership was excited to learn of this discovery as well. Imagine an entire solar system full of ships hiding inside this sphere. Imagine teleporting them anywhere in the galaxy in an instant. I assure you there are Voth battle plans in the works right now using this strategy. My species is under attack near our home sector. The fighting has reached a stalemate, but there are still lives being lost on both sides. Every option is being examined to bring an end to the fighting, even the most extreme. I've seen reports on weaponizing omega molecules to destroy large swaths of subspace and lock our enemies into their own parts of space. I must put an end to my people's pursuit of such disastrous weaponry. I will not have a part in isolating the Voth race by making space unnavigable, even at the price of a continuing war. My work with the Voth is finished. Hopefully I will not follow suit.
And after that, he defects to the Alliance.
Go get him. Maybe you can find him before his people do.
Well, I want to thank everyone for watching. This weekend, I will do, I'll do Home again as a special episode, but more or less, I am done finally with this LP. It's taken me nearly 3 months to get it done. After I do that repeat episode of Home, I am gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break from streaming for a while. I've been doing a lot of streaming, especially of this game. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours and 15 minutes. You can find you can find my playthrough of this game on Super Paladin Brothers on YouTube. Also check out my brother Super Paladin TV. Check out his stream. He's my IRL brother. He streams a lot of games. So I'll be back probably. I don't know when I'll stream again. I know I'll do this mission this weekend. But considering that I'm more or less pretty much done with this LP, but as for the Borg and Terran Gambit, I'll do those story arcs when they release the final missions of this story arc. Hold on. Also, this mission, Survivor, and what was that other one? One more. Oh yeah. Dust to Dust. I'll do that like a special episode, those two missions. Because they got good stories behind them and stuff, and I'd rather do them separate. Do it a separate mission. Separate, episode for those. I don't know when I'll get it done, but I'll get it done. But I'm gonna consider this LP more or less closed as of right now. It's been a good long LP, about 3 months. I started around Halloween last year. Yeah, about Halloween. I kind of just started improvising. I just started doing it on a whim. But it's been a good LP. But again, you'll find this LP on me and my brother's YouTube channel, Super Paladin Brothers. I want to thank everyone for watching. Check out my brother's Twitch channel. Have a good night.